the dead of night, on March 8, 1968, the Cold War was raging. Tensions were high, and the world held its breath. But deep beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean, a catastrophe was unfolding that would remain a state secret for years. A Soviet Gulf II-class submarine, the K-129, suddenly vanished without a trace. It was carrying nuclear ballistic missiles, and its disappearance triggered a frantic, clandestine search by the Soviet Navy. They scoured the ocean, but the sub was gone, swallowed by the deep. The Soviets couldn't find their own submarine, but someone else was listening. The United States had a sophisticated underwater surveillance system called SOSUS, a network of hydrophones laid across the ocean floor. And on that fateful day, American ears picked up a chilling sound. A catastrophic, instantaneous implosion. They triangulated the signal and pinpointed a location in the middle of the Pacific, thousands of miles from where the Soviets were looking. The Americans knew exactly where the K-129 lay, resting 3 miles beneath the waves. And inside that silent steel tomb was a treasure trove of Soviet military technology. The sub carried codebooks, communication equipment, and most importantly, 3 nuclear-tipped ballistic missiles. For the CIA, this was an intelligence opportunity, unlike any other. An audacious, almost unbelievable idea began to form. What if they could steal the submarine? What if they could pluck a 2,000-ton wreck from the bottom of the ocean, right under the noses of the KGB? The mission was deemed so risky, so outrageously ambitious. It was given a fitting code name, Project Azorian. To pull this off, the CIA needed a cover story, something so plausible it would deflect any suspicion. They couldn't just send a naval fleet to the middle of the ocean. So they turned to one of the most eccentric and reclusive figures in America, the billionaire Howard Hughes. Hughes was famous for his secrecy and his ambitious engineering projects. He was the perfect cover. The CIA secretly commissioned the construction of a massive, one-of-a-kind ship called the Hughes Glomar Explorer. The official story: Hughes was venturing into the new and exciting field of deep-sea mining, searching for manganese nodules on the ocean floor. It was a brilliant piece of misdirection. The world bought it, and the press celebrated Hughes's bold new venture. The centerpiece of this elaborate plan was the Glomar Explorer itself, a ship that was a true marvel of engineering. It wasn't just a ship, it was a floating recovery platform. It featured a giant, powerful, claw-like device, internally nicknamed Clementine, which would be lowered through a large well in the middle of the ship's hull, known as the moon pool. This claw was designed to descend 3 miles, grasp the submarine's hull, and lift the entire wreck into the ship's hidden bay, all while underwater and away from prying eyes. The engineering challenges were immense. They were attempting something that had never been done before, at depths that were almost incomprehensible. Everything had to work perfectly. In the summer of 1974, 6 years after the K-129 sank, the Glomar Explorer arrived at the recovery site. The crew, a mix of CIA operatives and expert technicians, began the slow, nerve-wracking process of lowering Clementine into the abyss. 4 days, the giant claw descended. They finally made contact with the submarine and managed to secure a grip. The incredible was happening. They were actually lifting a Soviet nuclear submarine from the ocean floor. Slowly, painstakingly, the winch began to pull the massive wreck upwards. But then, disaster struck. As the submarine was being raised, a mechanical failure occurred. Several of the claw's arms broke. The immense strain was too much. The K-129, this priceless intelligence prize, broke apart. About 2/3 of the submarine, including the section containing the coveted missile silos and code room, snapped off and plunged back into the darkness. Only the forward section of the sub was successfully brought into the Glomar Explorer's moon pool. It was a partial success, but also a heartbreaking failure. They had come so close to recovering the entire vessel. Inside the recovered section, the CIA found the bodies of 6 Soviets. They were given a formal military burial at sea, filmed by the crew, with the Soviet anthem playing in a moment of respect for the fallen sailors. While they didn't get the missiles or the code books, the recovered section still yielded valuable intelligence about Soviet submarine construction and materials, but the grand prize had slipped through their fingers. The CIA immediately began planning a second mission to go back and retrieve the rest of the wreck. However, the secret was about to come out. In early 1975, the Los Angeles Times broke the story. An investigation into a burglary at one of Howard Hughes's offices had uncovered documents linking him to the CIA and the Glomar Explorer. The deep-sea mining story was exposed as a cover. The news spread like wildfire. Project Azorian, one of the most daring and secret operations of the Cold War, was suddenly public knowledge. The political fallout was immediate. The Soviet Union, now aware of the operation, dispatched ships to guard the wreck site, making any second recovery attempt impossible. The CIA's incredible gamble was over. For decades, the full story of Project Azorian remained classified. It was a tale of audacity, of incredible technological innovation, and of a high-stakes Cold War gamble that almost paid off. The US government long refused to confirm or deny the details, leading to the popular phrase, "We can neither confirm nor deny," which became known as the Glomar response. It wasn't until 2010 that the CIA declassified documents, finally revealing the true scope of this amazing operation. The story of the K-129 and Project Azorian is a stunning chapter of the Cold War, a real-life spy thriller that pushed the boundaries of technology and espionage. It is a testament to the lengths nations would go to gain an edge in a world on the brink. What do you think? Was this one of the most audacious spy missions ever attempted? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the world of clandestine operations, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more hidden histories. Thanks for watching.